You guys, okay. So today we're diving into a story that has me absolutely torn. Because the question is, can you be right and wrong at the same time? Like, morally correct but socially a disaster? We got a birthday party, brutal honesty, and a girlfriend who will not stop trash-talking herself. I need opinions on this one. Oh my God. I saw the title and I was like, this is going to be messy. I'm ready. And I asked messy. Okay, but first, welcome. If this is your first time here, hi. We read Reddit stories, we judge people, we talk about boundaries and drama. And honestly, we're just here to make you feel better about your own life. Make sure you subscribe because we post these every week. And the tea is always piping hot. And comment what you think, because I already know people are going to be divided on this one. Oh, absolutely. All right. So this story comes from Am I the Wrong? And it's titled, Am I wrong for calling out my friend's girlfriend for a constant self-hatred during a friend's birthday? And let me just read you what this person wrote, because the context is everything. I'm in my mid-20s, male, and I have a reputation in my friend group, and I'm not going to pretend I don't. I'm the mean one. I'm blunt. I don't sugarcoat things, and I lose patience fast with behavior I think is pointless or performative. My friends usually describe me as honest to a fault. I've never been good at comforting people who just go in circles and refuse to take in anything positive. That kind of stuff has always bored me, and after a while, it actively irritates me. Okay, so we're starting with self-awareness. I can respect that he knows his vibe, right? He's like, I'm the mean friend, we all know it. Moving on. This matters because everyone keeps saying they're shocked by what I said, even though I think this is very on brand for me. Oh no. Oh. If people who know you're mean are shocked, that's how you know it got bad. My friend Ben and I have known each other since college. He started dating his girlfriend, Erin, about a year ago. Erin is a bigger girl, and I want to be very clear that her body is not the issue here. The issue is that she brings it up constantly. Oh no. I think I know where this is going. From the first few times we met her, every single hangout came with self-deprecating comments about her appearance. If we went out to eat, she'd make comments about how much she was eating. If someone took a group photo, she'd immediately start criticizing how she looked. If anyone complimented her outfit or tried to hype her up, she'd shut it down and accuse them of just being polite or lying to make her feel better. Okay, so I have so much empathy for insecurity, like I really do, but when you can't accept a single compliment, that gets exhausting for everyone around you. It does. And listen, we've all been insecure. We've all had those moments where we're fishing for reassurance. But there's a difference between a moment and making it your entire personality. Exactly. And it puts everyone else in this impossible position where they're constantly trying to build you up and you're just knocking it down. At first, I assumed she was just nervous or insecure around new people. So I bit my tongue and everyone did. Over time, though, it never stopped. It became her default mode while hanging out with us. Every compliment turned into an argument. Every attempt at reassurance became another chance for her to insist she was ugly or disgusting and that no one was being honest with her. That is so emotionally draining. It sucked the joy out of conversations and forced everyone else into the role of being her personal unpaid therapist. Okay, that line right there. Unpaid therapist. That's real. That's the thing, right? Like, your friends are not your therapists. They can support you, they can love you, but they cannot fix you. And if every single interaction becomes about reassuring you, that's not a friendship anymore. That's a job. So we get to a few weeks ago. Our friend group was celebrating another friend's birthday. Let's call her Maya. Maya had planned this nice dinner at a restaurant she'd been wanting to try. It was supposed to be a chill, fun night, about 8 of us total. Oh no, I can feel the disaster coming. Erin was there with Ben, obviously, and from the moment we sat down, it started. The waiter brought menus, and Erin immediately made a comment about how she shouldn't even be allowed near a menu because of how much she'd been eating lately. A couple people gave the usual, "Oh, stop, you look great," responses, and she argued with them. at a birthday dinner. Like, this is not about you, right? That's the thing. It's someone else's birthday. Then when the food came, she made another comment about her portion size. Then someone tried to take a group photo for Maya's birthday, and Aaron literally said, "Make sure I'm in the back. I don't want to ruin the picture." No. Okay, at a certain point, that's almost rude to everyone else, right? Because now everyone has to stop celebrating the birthday girl to manage Aaron's feelings. Exactly. You're hijacking someone's birthday to make it about your insecurities. Maya tried to laugh it off and said something like, "You're beautiful, stop it." And Aaron went into this whole thing about how people always lie to her and she knows what she really looks like. I watched Maya's face just fall, like this was her night, and now she's comforting someone else. That is so frustrating. I would be so annoyed. I was already irritated, but I kept quiet. Then dessert came. The waiter brought out this beautiful cake for Maya with candles, and we were all singing happy birthday. After we finished singing, Aaron said, and I quote, "I shouldn't have any cake. Look at me. I'm disgusting." During the birthday song. During the birthday moment. That's insane. And that's when I snapped. I looked at her and said, "Aaron, can you please stop? This is Maya's birthday, not a therapy session." "Oh my God," he said it. The table went completely silent. Aaron looked shocked, Ben looked horrified, and everyone else just froze. But I kept going. I said, "Every single time we hang out, you do this. We all tell you look fine, and you argue. We compliment you, and you call us liars. It's exhausting, and honestly, it's selfish. We're here to celebrate Maya, and you've made half this dinner about reassuring you." Okay, so he's not wrong about what he's saying, but the delivery, the timing is rough. It's terrible timing. Erin's eyes filled with tears. She said, "I can't believe you'd say that to me," and she got up and basically ran to the bathroom. Ben immediately got up and said, "What is wrong with you?" before going after her. Maya looked uncomfortable, and a couple of other friends were glaring at me. So now the birthday dinner is completely derailed, completely destroyed. One of my friends, Sarah, said I was way out of line, and that I humiliated Aaron. I said I was just being honest about something everyone was thinking, but was too polite to say. Sarah said there's a time and place, and this wasn't it. I argued that if Aaron can make the whole dinner about her insecurities, I can call it out. I mean, he has a point that everyone was probably thinking it, but you don't say at the birthday dinner. You pull Ben aside later. You talk to him privately. You don't blow it up in front of everyone, right? Because now you've made it even more about Aaron. Like, you were mad that she was centering herself, and then you made an even bigger scene. Exactly. You became part of the problem. Ben and Aaron left early. The rest of the dinner was super awkward. Maya said she appreciated me trying to fend her night, but she wished I'd done it differently. Since then, Ben has been blowing up my phone saying I owe Aaron an apology, that she's really struggled with her self-image, and that I was cruel. Okay, but has Ben ever addressed the fact that Aaron does this constantly? That's what I want to know. Some of my other friends are split. A few have privately told me they agreed with what I said, just not how I said it. Others think I was completely out of line and that Aaron's insecurity isn't hurting anyone. So I should have just ignored it. Isn't hurting anyone? It's hurting the whole friend group's ability to have a normal conversation. Ben sent me a long message saying that Aaron has been dealing with a lot of negativity her whole life, that she's working on it, and that my comments set her back and made her feel like she's not welcome in the friend group. He says I need to apologize and that if I don't, he's going to have to reconsider our friendship. Oh, so now it's an ultimatum. Now Ben's making it about choosing between a friendship and apologizing. I feel bad that she cried. I really do. But I don't feel bad about the actual point I made. She does do this constantly, and it does affect everyone else's good time. I think she needs to hear it. But everyone's acting like I'm some kind of monster for saying out loud what we were all thinking. So am I wrong? Okay, so my immediate gut reaction is, he's right and wrong. Yes, That's exactly it. He's right about the problem, completely wrong about the execution. Like, Erin clearly has some serious issues she needs to work through, and it's not fair to make everyone else manage her emotions constantly. No, it's not. And I think a lot of people have been in this situation where you have that one friend who just cannot take a compliment, who turns everything into a referendum on their appearance or their worth, and it is draining. It really is. And here's the thing. When you constantly put yourself down in front of other people, you're actually forcing them to do emotional labor. You're making them stop what they're doing to prop you up. Yes. And then when they try to prop you up, you reject it, which makes them feel like their effort doesn't matter. It's a no-win situation. Exactly. So I have empathy for where this guy is coming from, because after a year of this, I'd be frustrated too. Same. But dude, a public call-out during someone's birthday dinner is not the move. It's the worst possible move. Like, let's break down what he could have done differently, right? Because I think that's important. Yes, please. Option 1. Pull Ben aside privately, literally any time in the past year. Just say, "Hey man, I love you. I'm glad you're happy, but I've noticed Erin struggles a lot with her self-image. Is she doing okay? It's becoming a pattern, and I think she might need some support that we can't give her." That's literally so easy. That's a 5-minute conversation that doesn't humiliate anyone, right? Option 2. If he really couldn't hold it in during the dinner, he could have at least pulled her aside privately, excused himself, caught her when she went to the bathroom, something, anything other than calling her out in front of 8 people during a birthday celebration. Exactly, because now what's happened? The birthday is ruined, which was the thing he was supposedly trying to protect. Maya's night is completely overshadowed by this drama. Erin is humiliated. Ben is furious. The friend group is divided. And nothing is actually fixed. Erin is probably going to be more insecure now. Not less. Oh, absolutely. If you already struggle with feeling like people don't actually like you, and then someone publicly confirms your worst fears, that's going to make it so much worse. And here's the thing. I don't think this was actually about protecting Maya's birthday. I think he'd been holding this in for a year, and he finally exploded. Oh, that's such a good point. This wasn't really about Maya. This was about him reaching his breaking point, which, again, valid to reach a breaking point. But you have to handle that properly. You do. And I want to talk about Ben for a second, too. Because where's Ben been in all of this? Yes, thank you. If your girlfriend is consistently making every hangout about her insecurities, to the point where your friends are visibly exhausted, you need to address that. Privately, lovingly, but you need to address it. He should be having that conversation with her. "Hey, I've noticed you're really hard on yourself in front of my friends. Is everything okay? Can we talk about this? Have you thought about talking to someone?" Right? Because at this point, what Erin is doing sounds like it goes beyond normal insecurity. That sounds like something she needs real professional help with. Yeah, like constantly calling yourself disgusting, refusing every single compliment, saying you're going to ruin a photo just by being in it. That's not just insecurity. That's something deeper. That sounds like it could be body dysmorphia, or maybe some serious depression, or just really deep-rooted self-esteem issues that go way back. And you know what? I actually feel really sad for Erin when I think about it that way. Because imagine hating yourself so much that you genuinely cannot accept kindness from people. It's heartbreaking, honestly. Like, she probably doesn't even realize she's doing it half the time. It's become so automatic for her to put herself down that it's just how she operates, which makes me feel even more conflicted. Because on one hand, she needs compassion and probably therapy. On the other hand, it's not fair to make your boyfriend's entire friend group carry that weight, right? And that's the thing. Both things can be true. Erin can be struggling, and her behavior can be negatively impacting everyone around her. Those aren't mutually exclusive. So where does that leave us with whether this guy was wrong? Okay, let's look at some of the top comments on this post, because people had thoughts. I bet they did. Top comment says, everyone saying you're wrong is just mad that you said what they've been thinking for a year. Someone needed to say something. Aaron needs a wake-up call that this behavior pushes people away. Not wrong. Okay, so that's Team Blunt Guy. Yep. But then the second top comment says, you're wrong. Not for the message, but for the method. There was zero reason to humiliate this girl at someone else's birthday party. You could have talked to Ben privately at literally any point. Instead, you made a scene and ruined Maya's night even more. You didn't do this for Maya. You did it because you were annoyed and lost your temper. Admit it. Oh, that one's spicy. And honestly, kind of accurate. I think that comment nailed it. He didn't do it for Maya. He did it because he was fed up, which, again, understandable. But don't pretend it was heroic. Another comment said, Aaron needs therapy. Ben needs to have a real conversation with his girlfriend, and you need to learn that timing matters. Everyone here failed, but you failed loudest. Failed loudest is sending me. It's so accurate, though. Okay, I want to talk about something else that's bothering me about this whole situation. Go for it. Why did it take a year for anyone to say anything? Like, not publicly at a birthday dinner, but in general. Why did this whole friend group just let this go on and on without ever addressing it? That's such a good question. And I think it's because most people are conflict avoidant, right? Like everyone was probably thinking this is exhausting, but nobody wanted to be the bad guy. And then they let it build and build until it exploded in the worst possible way. Exactly. If someone had gently addressed this months ago, maybe talked to Ben, maybe even kindly said something to Aaron directly, it never would have gotten to this point. It's like when you don't address small problems in a relationship, and then suddenly you're screaming about the dishes, but it's actually about 6 months of resentment. Yes, the dishes are never about the dishes. Never. So, in a way, this whole friend group kind of enabled this dynamic by never setting any boundaries. And that's on them too. You can't be privately annoyed for a year and then act shocked when someone finally snaps. Right? Like some of these friends are texting him saying you were out of line, but also privately saying, I agreed with you. That's so spineless. It is. Pick a side. Either what he said was wrong or it wasn't. You can't have it both ways where you're publicly condemning him but privately thanking him for saying what you were too scared to say. That's giving very much. I want a moral high ground, but I'm also relieved someone finally said it. Exactly. And that's not fair to this guy either. Like, yeah, he messed up a delivery, but at least he was honest. Meanwhile, everyone else has been fake smiling through their discomfort for 12 months. And now he's the villain because he's the one who couldn't keep pretending anymore. It's wild. This whole friend group needs to learn how to communicate. Okay, so let's talk about what should happen now. Because the situation is what it is. The dinner already happened. The call-out already happened. What's the move going forward? Right? Like we can't undo the birthday disaster. So, where do we go from here? Okay, I think first of all, this guy probably should apologize. But a specific apology. Yes, not, I'm sorry for what I said. Because honestly, the content wasn't wrong. It should be, I'm sorry for how I said it and when I said it. I'm sorry I embarrassed you in front of everyone at Maya's birthday. That wasn't the right time or place, and I could have handled it better. Exactly. Acknowledge that the method was hurtful without taking back the actual point. Because if he just fully apologizes and says, I was totally wrong, you don't do anything problematic, that's not honest and it doesn't help Aaron. Right? And it also sets him up for this exact same situation in another 6 months when everyone's fed up again. So what about Aaron? What does she need to do? Honestly, Aaron needs to get into therapy. And I say that with so much compassion because what she's dealing with sounds really painful. It does. Hating yourself that much is exhausting. I've been there. Same. And when you're in that headspace, you genuinely don't see how it affects other people. You're so consumed by your own self-hatred that you can't see outside of it. But that's why you need professional help. Your friends can love you, they can support you, but they cannot fix that for you. They're not equipped to, and it's not fair to ask them to be. And Ben needs to step up. Yes, Ben has been way too passive in this whole situation. If you love your girlfriend and you see her struggling like this, you don't just let it happen. You have a gentle conversation. You encourage her to get help. You maybe even give your friends a heads up like, hey, Erin's going through something. I appreciate your patience. Communication. It's all about communication. And nobody in this story is doing it. The guy communicated, but in the worst possible way. Yeah. He communicated like a grenade. Just blew everything up. And now everyone's standing in the rubble like, what happened? Okay, so final verdict time. What do we think? Is this guy wrong for calling out Erin? Okay, my verdict is he's wrong for how he did it, but not wrong for the core message. I agree completely. Like, if someone asked me, was he wrong to say something? I'd say no. Someone needed to say something eventually. But if they asked, was he wrong to do it like that? Absolutely yes. The timing was awful. The setting was awful. The delivery was harsh. And ultimately, it didn't even accomplish what he supposedly wanted, which was to protect Maya's birthday. He made it worse. Maya's birthday is now forever going to be remembered as the night everything blew up. Poor Maya. She's a real victim here, honestly. She really is. She just wanted cake and a nice dinner. And instead she got front row seats to a friendship explosion. So I guess my final thoughts are, this guy needs to apologize for the delivery. Erin needs to get some professional support because she's clearly struggling. Ben needs to actually step up and have real conversations with both his girlfriend and his friends. And this old friend group needs to learn that avoiding conflict doesn't make it go away. It just makes it explode later. Every single time. You know what? I want to hear from you guys. If you were at that dinner, what would you have done? Would you have said something? Would you have stayed quiet? And honestly, have you ever been in a situation where someone's constant negativity was draining your whole friend group? Because I know this is more common than people admit. Drop it in the comments, because I genuinely want to know. Also, if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already, because we do videos like this all the time. Hit that like button, leave a comment. It really helps us out. And if you have a story you want us to cover, send it in. We love reading your submissions. We really do. Some of the wildest stories we've covered have come from you guys. The tea is always better when it comes from the audience. All right, that's it for today's video. Remember to be kind to your friends. Communicate like adults, and maybe don't call anyone out during a birthday dinner. Timing is everything. It really is. We'll see you in the next one. Bye. Bye, guys.